Hey, greetings! What's up, guys? It is Thursday, November 16th, and it is our last morning in Canada. We're headed to the border in Port Angeles, Washington. This begins our Season 2 of Adventure Dorks snowbirding in the USA and Mexico. So before we left BC, we met with another YouTuber, Forrest Stevens. He's a Canadian dude, documentarian and fellow van aficionado. Great guy. We had a nice chat with him. And it's an open couch.
Yeah,
and the bathroom's like in the back, you know? I like that layout a lot. If we had more selection, I would have chosen that one.
And the shower and bathroom in the back, some of them have
that.
that.
Yeah,
so
that's
like
nice.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then and the ones that, you know, the big rooftops that have like a bed up there.
Yeah.
So like, it's all hang out down here would be great.
I think like if I was to not go for the bus, I'd want something with the bed over the cab.
Yeah.
So you have everything else is just
living
open.
space.
Exactly.
That would have been, that's the thing that I would upgrade is get the bed up top.
Hi there, Greg from Adventure Dorks. We're having a great time hanging out with Forrest Stevens.
We'd love to know more about how you got into doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I started making YouTube videos when I was around 11. I borrowed my mom's camera. It's just like a HP point and shoot. And I was really into Jackass back then. So I just hang out with my friends and we do really ridiculous stunts. And that kind of like brought me into the world of editing together stuff and sharing it with other people. But it was mostly just for fun, right? Like it was like something to do with my friends and made it even more interesting just because we were filming it. I also started vlogging when I went down to California on a road trip, and the kind of the most value out of it that I received was the motivation it gave you to do something every single day. I always think it's a value to film your life, which is kind of weird because it takes you out of the present, but it also makes you do something with your other, which is, yeah, it's kind of contradictory, but it works. A couple years ago, I converted a minivan into a little bit of a camper and cross country with that to Ontario with my girlfriend and our cat. I did a couple vlogs, and then I did a tour of that van and realized that it got way more views than anything previously. Since then, I've just been meeting up with other people that are doing something unique, or they themselves are an alternative type of person, or they have an alternative dwelling, and just been interviewing them and meeting these really cool people and sharing that with the world. YouTube is interesting because I'm trying to make a living off of YouTube. So I find that like even when I was starting, like I got $100 paycheck when I was 12, and I was like, this is real, like this is actual money. It's a viable business for people, which is super interesting. People can literally support whatever they want at this point, and by watching a certain YouTuber, you're helping support them. I think YouTube is as well as like a great tool for information, for just sharing opinions, for finding community. The difference between, for instance, Snapchat or even Instagram is that you don't have to create as much. With a YouTube video, you have to have some foresight to actually record something and put it together and then upload it with a title, tags, thumbnail, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you can go to some extent on that spectrum of like doing one full clip and uploading it, or a bunch of clips edited. But with Snapchat, you click a button, you might put a filter on it, whatever, but it's really a lot more entry level. So I think YouTube is always going to have that barrier to entry between people just not wanting to learn that, or not having the ability to do it, or the computer or whatever. But I think it is changing because the app is really good. People are, you know, cell phones are really good. It's just becoming easier and easier. And the thing about YouTube is more so people are going there to watch. You know, a lot of people are going there to because they've formed relationships with these people that they create content on there. But a lot of people are going there for more and more for high quality content, which is available. There are people making documentaries, there are people making short films, there's all sorts of really great stuff on there now. So my idea was to make a van life film that was the Logan of superhero movies. So it was to show, you know what, this is the reality of van life. It's not all pretty girls in bikinis and who have perfectly washed hairs, even though they don't have a shower. But then I decided that doesn't really vibe with who I am, because I'm a little bit more positive and kind of want to take a comedic spin at that anyway, because I think it'll just be more enjoyable to watch, kind of a comedy about it, and make a video about trying to make myself Instagram famous by van life. And that's going to be the goal of the whole video, is to make myself famous, which is ridiculous. And I'm sure there'll be lots of comedic moments throughout it.
Yeah.
I've got a Honda Civic with the hatchback. So my plan is I'm going to attempt to make a van tour video in that.
Perfect.
But I'm just like wearing like skimpy something, and then like it pans out, oh hey, didn't see you there, and I'm parked at the ocean with the background. I don't think van life is a fad. I think it has become trendy though. So I think the difference between those two concepts is van life is a very solid idea. It's you know, not a fidget spinner. It's something that has integrity behind it. I just think it became extremely popular for whatever reason. Maybe it was glamorized. I think that has a part to do with it. But I think that it's here to stay in a lot of people's hearts.
So Forrest, where can people follow you?
Well, I've got a YouTube channel. It's just my name, Forrest Stevens, and I just did a video with the Adventure Dorks. So that'll be there. I also have a secondary channel if you guys like kind of like vloggy stuff, and it's Forrest the Filmmaker.